January 2026 is here, and it is bringing in a whole new frequency of energy. And it is truly bringing you back to your personal power. This month feels like the universe is whispering, are you ready? So let's talk about what your soul is stepping into this year. Hi guys, my name is Ness. I'm an intuitive and a numerologist, and this channel is all about getting to know yourself on the deepest way possible and the world around you. And if that is something you're interested in, maybe you're interested in Akashic Records, numerology, intuition, anything in that mystical, magical arena of mysticism, make sure you hit the subscribe button down below. That way you don't miss a video. And of course, if you're enjoying this video or this message, hit a thumbs up and share it with someone that you care about. Okay guys, January has this really beautiful, soft energy. It is a wonderful way to start because I will tell you, obviously we're rolling into a brand new 9-year cycle. 2026 is a year number 1 in numerology when it comes to personal years, or I should say collective years, right? The collective energy of the globe is a year 1, which is all about fresh starts, new beginnings. It's very leadership energy. It is the innovator energy. It is inspiration. It is creation energy. But what I love when you start a new year, personal year 1 or a collective year 1, you actually start the year in the energy of the 2. And I think that it is really profound and really special because the energy of the 2 is not just so self-focused, which one energy can kind of be. The 2 energy is very much focused on the other. It is focused on mutual happiness. It's focused on compassion and love. And I think that is such a beautiful energy for us to start off in the new year. So this month, numerologically, is a collective month too. And like I said before, collective energy of 2 is really a heart-centered energy. It is compassion. It is soft energy. It is feminine energy. If you think of the 1 is masculine energy, think of the 2 is the feminine side of that masculine energy. And so this is a very feminine, sort of like soft, flowy month. And in the Akashic Records messages that I got, it was really profound and special, and I can't wait to share them. So the first message I got, before I get into the first message, I want to talk about when I was in meditation and I went to the Akashic Records. I called forward the book of January 2026, and it had this beautiful, like silvery blue energy to it. It felt very like divine feminine, mystical, spiritual, and almost angelic energy. It had this glow that was almost like hard to see. You know, it was so bright and so like glowy and had so much beautiful energy that it was like hard to handle in a sense when it came to like viewing the energy of it. Once I really focused in, it had this really gorgeous like dragon on the front, and dragons to me really represent like ancient knowledge. It represents your wisdom. It represents intuition. It represents sort of like the angelic world. And that's really the energy that I got of this month. The feeling that I got from just viewing the book of this month is that this is really like a true fresh start. It is like a divine intervention kind of like energy. It is something that the higher realms of like angelic realms have been waiting for. And this is the beginning of a year that has a lot of help, angelic help, different dimensions help. I talked about this a little bit in my 2026 yearly prediction video that I posted before this one. But this is the beginning of it all. I will say that there is a shift into like feminine energy and a feminine flow. And we're going to find that this month really brings us back to our heart in a way that is truly beautiful. It's so funny because it's right now I'm filming this in December, right after Christmas, and it's going to post, beginning of January. And I was talking with some friends, and they were talking about how fast this month went, the month of December, right? And everyone I spoke to kept saying it felt like the month was missing a week. It just felt like this month of January or December really went super fast. It was almost like a fast forward. And everyone I spoke to was sort of like saying the same thing. And energetically, we are definitely speeding up, but this month, the month of January, slows us down. It's going to be a month that's going to be very like slow moving, and it's strategic energetically that way because it's really meant to get us in our heart. It's meant to slow us down. It's meant to allow us to feel our feelings, because this is really a month that's going to open up our heart chakra, is what I got, is that it's going to allow us to really open up our compassion center, our love center, our heart chakra, our belief center, because all of our like deeply rooted beliefs and like they come from our heart, they come from like many lifetimes. And so this is a month that really like slows down to allow our like heart chakra to really expand. It's a month that's going to be focused on intuition. It's a month that's going to be focused on compassion and love, relationships. It's a month that really slows us down and brings us to our heart, which I think is such beautiful energy to start a brand new like cycle in. I think it's really profound, actually. It also gave me the sense that this is like the start of something really profound, something very big. This next 9-year cycle, the next 9 to 10 years is going to be pivotal for really the globe, is what I'm getting. And this energy really slows us down to like bring us to our heart. It is going to, this month is going to have a resurgence. The word I got was resurgence of our spiritual knowings. It's going to like spark the beginning of us remembering intuition and anything that has to do with like metaphysical things. We're gonna find this is a month that really like slows people down, and they start really like feeling and like beginning to remember that sort of like spiritual knowing energy, which I think is like, for me, this is really exciting. And that really this is like, it's like a call. This month is like an energetic call to the divine feminine energy, to intuition, to this very like feminine flowy energy. And I got the message that it's like, it's energy that's been laying dormant for a long time on earth and inside of us energetically. And this is a month that really begins to like spark that resurgence of the divine feminine energy, beginning to really rise and beginning to take its place next to the masculine energy. This is really going to be a year where we're going to see a lot of women move into positions of authority, positions or begin to position themselves so that they can move into it over the next 9 to 10 years. There's going to be a resurgence of the divine feminine energy, and it's really exciting and beautiful because it's going to balance the scales. 2 is all about balance. 2 is not about any one side overpowering the other. It's about finding the equal ground in between. That may not be that any one side's like perfect scenario, but it's like a blend of both scenarios that everyone can agree is a good middle ground. And this is really like the energy of the divine feminine, is this flowy, very like collective energy, kind of bringing it together and finding a beautiful middle ground that is beneficial for all. And this is a month that really brings this energy forward in a very soft, flowy way, because the divine feminine way is not fast and forceful. It is flowy and slow, and it's like an energy of attraction and magnetism, not force and power. It's a very soft version of power that is more flowy and attracting. Attracting is not a word, but you get what I'm saying. And this is really what this month is going to bring about. Whether you identify as a female or a male, the energy that's going to be happening is slow and flowy for all of us. It's going to reconnect us to our intuition, which is very like feminine. It's very divine feminine kind of like vibe. So it's really going to bring us to our heart, to our inner wisdom, to our inner guidance, which I think is absolutely beautiful. Message number 2 is something I hinted at or brought up a little bit in the first message, is that this is a month that really brings us to our heart. It's a month that brings us to love, compassion. It's a month that really opens us up, and that's part of the reason why it's moving so slow, is so that we can really feel it. It's a month that brings us to self-love, to romantic love, to friendship love, to compassion. It's a month that really opens our heart to anything that is like feeling and like those good vibes, right? And it's meant to be that way because we're really opening our heart chakra, and as a collective. And what's so funny, when I was getting this message, if you've heard anything about the 3-Eye Atlas, it's a comet that doesn't move like a comet, doesn't act like a comet, does everything that is anti-comet related, but it is passed through our solar system in a way that is really like unseen before. It's never been seen before. It's moving through our solar system in a way that it is interacting with all of our outer planets and our inner planets and our sun and all of this amazing stuff. And the vibe that I got is that the 3-Eyed Atlas is like leaving these like energetic blueprint or like imprints on our solar system and on us. And it's really meant to like open up our heart center, our heart chakra, because we're meant to move into a much more compassionate era, a much more like people's era, not so focused on the self, but focused on the collective energy. And this like this interstellar object is really helping to activate and spark a remembrance of compassion and love, and within ourselves and like our DNA and everything about it. And it's going to be like because it just came closest, I think, on like December 20th, which is like about a week ago, but it is still interacting with outer planets as it begins to leave our solar system. And it's been in view and coming to our solar system since like July. So if it took that long to get here, it will take that long to leave, right? And so it's a long, it's leaving an imprint within our solar system that is long and going to stand for a long time. And so the vibe that I got is that this is just really a month where those energies that are sort of like initiated, ironically, not really ironically, but by the 3-Eye Atlas and the energy that it's bringing, is that this is a month where we begin to really feel that impact in a big way. And that's part of the reason why the energy of this month is going to feel slow, because we have to feel it. So, don't be surprised if you reconcile relationships, if you put your foot down and say, hey, this isn't the way I want a relationship to be, this is the way I want it to be. Don't be surprised if you start a new relationship or like love, or you have this new feeling of like compassion. This is the month where we begin to see the collective energy as part of us, not separate. We've kind of like have grown up in a time in which we're really conditioned to view everything outside of us as separate than us. And that is really strategic, and it's like a power move. And because if we view everything happening outside of us as not part of us, then we're less likely to take action to change it if there's something that's going on that isn't good, right? Because we're like, well, it doesn't affect me. It's outside of me. It's not affecting me. But this is a month that really slows us down, opens up our heart chakra, and we begin to feel a sense of compassion. We begin to realize how we're all interconnected, that if something happens to someone, it is also in an energetic way happening to me. And this is where we start really igniting our compassion and passion to make change. And I think that that's really beautiful energy, because when we start realizing that we're all connected through everything, through people, through animals, through plants, like everything is interconnected, and we all like depend on one another. Even if we live in different cities, different states, different countries, we're in this interesting like connectedness, and we begin to see ourselves as that. And that is really where this spark of compassion and love is really going to ignite. And it's a cycle of compassion and love. I call it like the cycle of like what's the word I'm trying to look for? It's what I'm calling the movement of the people. Right? The movement of the people, that we are all going to realize that we're all interconnected, and that as a collective, we hold a lot of power that we've in the past given our power up and felt very disempowered. And this is the beginning of feeling empowered. And part of that is through self-love, through compassion, through love of the people around us. And this is a month where it begins to set the stage for like the next 9 to 10 years. Now, this is something that will ripple out for probably hundreds of years. It's going to be a global shift that is going to be of the people. And that's all I can say. That's like the word I keep getting is of the people, which is so funny because obviously it's we're moving into the Aquarius era. This is the shift. This is part of that shift. So it's really exciting that our heart is beginning to open, and we're going to feel a lot of love and compassion, self-love, love for the collective. We're just going to feel a lot more deeply this month, and that is strategic. So if you realize that you feel things much more deeply, give yourself some compassion and some energy to feel the feelings, because this is a month where you might feel some feels, right? Which is really strategic and important to feel. And the third message is just like a reiteration of what I said before. So maybe it's not really a third message, it's just kind of like an ending kind of like send off. Is that this month will feel a little bit slower. It is meant that way. It's meant for you to really have the time energetically, emotionally, physically to feel your feelings, to reconnect with your energy, to begin to really transform and to this more like slower pace, sort of flowy, divine feminine, intuitive energy. And it's beginning to really connect us to community, to people, to everything that is outside of just us. And that is just, you know, it's an energy that we're meant to be moving through. So it's really important to feel your beliefs. You know, this is a month where we begin to really understand what our personal belief is, not a conditioned belief. We begin to identify the distinctions and the differences between beliefs that we've been conditioned to believe from a young age, maybe from our parents, from the news, from media, from our schooling, all of these conditioned beliefs that have happened. We begin to unwind some of those conditioned beliefs and begin to realize that those may not be our personal beliefs. Those are just beliefs that were like placed on us. And we begin to differentiate between projected beliefs and our actual beliefs. And this is the shift that's really, really important that you're meant to have this month, is this strong belief of understanding how you feel about something. Regardless of what someone else feels or the collective feels or the media feels or whatever, you begin to understand your belief system and your feelings. And that right there is a huge shift in the collective, is taking the time to understand how you feel. We're so rushed in modern day. We're so rushed to just move on and get things going that sometimes we don't take the time to really feel our feelings and understand how we feel. We just move forward with what we believe is the right thing to do, what we think is the right thing to do, what we think is the expected thing to do, not always move forward with the thing that we feel is the right thing. And that is the distinction that's going to happen, is we're going to slow down and we're going to be like, okay, is this really what I want? Is this really what I believe? And we're going to begin to make those distinctions, which I think is so powerful for the collective energy, is beginning to identify your feelings separate from the collective feelings or the expected feelings. And this is where that heart-centered movement is happening, the people's movement of the Aquarius energy. And this is a month that shifts that. So I just want to send you a ton of love for being here and watching the video. If you've enjoyed the video, hit the subscribe button if you haven't done that yet. Make sure you put a thumbs up on the video, share it with someone that you feel really needs to hear the message, and give yourself some grace with any vibes or feelings that you're feeling this month, because you're going to feel a lot. And it is expected, and it's on purpose energetically, and it's all divinely supported. But sometimes when we're not used to being within our heart center and feeling the feels, it can feel a little bit overwhelming. So give yourself some time to feel it. Give yourself some grace on what you feel. Make sure you take lots of bubble baths, do some release ceremonies, and let go of things that you no longer serve you, and have a beautiful month of January of 2026. Again, sending you tons of love. See you in the next video.